Hey guys, in this video we are going to discuss a very famous data structure, that is trie, also known as prefix tree. A trie is an efficient information retrieval data structure, and because of its immense importance, it is widely asked by many interviewers and they frame up questions such that they revolve around tries most of the time. And it is because of the fact that by using tries, the search complexities can be brought to an optimal limit. That is the key length, where keys are usually strings. Various operations such as insertion, deletion, and updation of a word in a large data set can be obtained in order of L time, where L is the length of the word that is queried. So it has various applications, and because of which or in the form of which they can be asked. For example, trie may be used in the various day-to-day activities like in the autocomplete feature that we see while texting or while querying something in Google, etc. Tries can also be used in large information storage and retrieval systems like that of the Aadhaar card database so that we could do our search efficiently. It has many more uses and basic problems like returning the number of words in the trie that starts with a given prefix, or like given a word, what is the frequency of occurrence of this word in the database, etc. So it has various applications and thus it is a good topic to explore and discuss about. So let's get started. Now let's visualize trie with an example. Let's say I'm having a word list which consists of the following words as given, that is apple, app, apples, cat and cats. So we can visualize it like this. Initially the trie would be empty, nothing would be there. If I insert apple to it, it will be inserted character by character like this. Initially let's say there is a root node and then A would be added, then P, then L, then E. And let's say I'm marking star to denote that this is the end of the word, right? And then this is only for the representation for understanding. I'll tell you later about its internal representation, how the class trie is, what are all the data members and the member functions, but that we will discuss later. So let's add another word, that is app. So when I'm adding app, I see that there is already a node with a value a. So I'll go here and then I'll see that there is another node as p. So I'll go further and I will see that another p is also there. So I will go further and then I notice that the word has ended. So I will apply star to it. So this denotes the end of this word. Then upon adding apples, I see that A is present, P is present, P is present, L is present, E is present, S is not present. So I'll be adding S to it and marking it star since it's the end of this word. Then I would see that if I have to insert cat, then firstly I will add C to it, then A. Since the node is not present, I will be making a node and then inserting to it. Then T is not there, so I'll make a node and then mark star to it because it's the end of the word cat. Then upon inserting cats, I will go through as further like this. Then C firstly, then A, then T already there, but S is not there. So I'll make that node and mark star to it because this is the end of this word cats. Right, so this was a very rough representation of the trie data structure. Let's understand it more in detail. The class trie consists of the following data members. The first one is the vector trie star children. This is for storing the addresses of the child nodes. Each node will represent a letter of the English alphabet, right? So that would be represented by this vector. Also, please don't panic after watching the diagram on the right. It's for easy understanding and we'll come to it soon. Then two more integers are there, that is prefix count and leaf count. Prefix count is for storing the number of words in the trie that starts with the given prefix or word, we can say. For example, if we take app as a prefix, prefix count will store that in how many words app has come as prefix. For example, here it has come 3 times, like in apple, app and apples. So app has come 3 times, so prefix count will be storing 3 for app. And the leaf count gives out the frequency of the word in the trie. Please note that I have taken these data members so that we could handle multiple types of queries with the same data structures. Of course, you can change it according to your use case later. For example, for this finding whether the word exists in the array or not, we just need a boolean variable which can store is a word to true or false at each node, representing that the string till now ending at this node is present in the try or not. But let's say if one query comes asking about the number of occurrences of the given word in the try, then we would have to alter the entire data structure, which might not be possible at the later stage. So it's a good practice to keep these things in mind beforehand. That is, we should think about the different possible queries that could be asked later before creating the data structure. So let's head back to here, and that the initializations, that is the constructor will consist of the following. That is, the children vector has size 26 representing the 26 English alphabets nodes. All will be initialized to null, and they will be storing the addresses to these nodes, right? So initially it is null and no nodes are there. Only the root node would be present and that will be constructed. And the prefix count and the leaf count are both initialized to 0, implying that the try is empty at the beginning, right? So there could be many members functions, such as according to the use cases, that is the void insert, that is it takes a string, that is the word would be given and we have to insert it in the try data structure. Then the second type of query might be asking for the searching of that word in the try, right? And then the third type of query would be asking about whether the prefix that is given to us, how many words, or is there any word which starts with this particular word. So that is the starts with function, and many more functions you can frame depending on the problem use cases, such as return the count of the word occurrences, or how many times the word has come, that count has to be returned. In that case, instead of this boolean data type return type, we have to take the integer return type and update some character of the word and delete the word, etc. So according to the use case, we can have various member functions. Now let's ease out this complicated looking diagram with the help of an example. The example that we took earlier, that is the word list, which consists of apple, app, apples, cat and cats, like this. So this is the rough representation of the try that we have discussed earlier. Now we will focus more on how it is actually implemented, right? So how the variables like prefix count, leaf count are changing, and how the addresses of the children nodes are stored in this children vector, right? So first of all, let's insert this apple string into this try data structure, right? So we will be traversing our string letter by letter. So firstly, I'm at this letter A and I have to insert A in this node. Firstly, I'm here in the root node and I'll look out for A. How am I going to do that? Just whatever the letter I'm traversing, here it is A. So whatever the letter is, I'll be looking for letter minus A. So that will give me the position for that entry, right? So whatever the letter is, let's say I'm having A, so A minus A is 0. So children of 0 will represent A in that sense. And let's say I'm having P, so P minus A would be, I think it's 15. So P will be stored here, that is in the 15th index of this children vector. Here, but it's A, right? So for children of A minus A is children of 0. So we will checking out the children of 0th position in this vector. And this in this position, we notice that it is null. Since every entry in the children vector is stored with null, initialized with null, and initially everything is null. So here we know that there is no children to it. So we have to make a child for it. So we will be making this child node, and this will be representing our A, and whatever the address of this new node is, that will be stored here in this position. So null will be replaced by the address of this particular node, right? So this particular node will also be created with all children vector values as null, and the prefix count and the leaf count will also be 0. And here also note that since we have come across this position, so the prefix count of this will be incremented, right? So whatever the stage we are, the prefix count will always be incremented, and the leaf count will only be incremented if the word has ended. Okay, so that will look later, but the prefix sound will be incremented every time. Now the next letter is P, so P minus A is 15, so we will be looking out for this entry, and this will be null. So this is null, then we will have to make a new node, child node for this one. So we'll be making the child node, and this will be created, and after creation we will be updating the address of the newly created node or the child node and write it here. So we can say that this represents A and this represents P. Now the third letter of the apple word is P. So we will look again for P here, that is on the 15th position, 15th index of this children vector of this node. So we'll be looking into that. Here also it is null, so it will be creating this new node, and the address of it will be stored here, and it will be pointing here. So this is also representing P. Then again the next letter is L. So L, we will look for this L position, Lth position, that is the 11th index in this children vector of this node, and then it will also create a new node and point to that similarly. So this is representing L, right? So the next letter is E. So in this vector we will be looking for E. Also note that the prefix count is changing whenever we are coming to a particular node. The prefix count will be incremented every time. So I forgot that, but please note that you should also do that. So this is like so here we were, and we were looking for E. So E is in the 4th position. So this node will be created, and the address of this node will be stored in this location, that will be pointing to this node, right? Now we have to increment this prefix count, and note that we have to increment the leaf count as well. This is the first time we are incrementing the leaf count, and as I have told you before, the leaf count represents that it is the particular end of this word, right? So for this apple, E was the last letter of this word, right? So that's why we are representing it with LC. So if we can visualize it like this, at the very starting it was A. So for A, the prefix count was 1 and leaf count was 0. That is, A is the prefix for one word. And for here AP, this is representing AP because it has come from A down to P, so it is AP. But AP is not a word, so leaf count is 0. But it is a prefix, so its prefix count is 1. Similarly for A double P, when we go further, we reach to this node, and this is represents A double P string. So for this, the prefix count is 1 since it is a prefix of the word apple, but it is not the word, right? So till now, because if we have only entered apple into our try, right, then coming to L, then this represents A double P L, and for this also the prefix count is 1, leaf count is 0, as above similar cases. Then when we come to apple, this represents the particular word also, because the apple word is there in the try, and that's why the leaf count becomes 1. The prefix count is also 1 and the leaf count is 1. Similarly, we have to insert these next letters as well. Let's insert it fastly. So this is app. Firstly we'll look into the first letter, that is A. So A minus A is 0. We come here, and then we know that this already has some address, so we go to that child's address and we come here to A node, right? Then the next letter is P, so we go to this 15th position, that is P minus P is 15, so children of P is here. Also increment the prefix count. So first of all we have come here, right? So for A, the prefix count now has incremented. Then whenever I have come to here, then prefix count is also incremented, it has become 2. And then I have also, the third letter is P, right? So I'm going to this particular index address, whatever it is stored, and this prefix count is also incremented, and it's 2 now. So whenever I reach here, then this particular string represents app, and the prefix count is incremented, as well as since the last p is the last letter of the word, it is also incremented. So this leaf count is incremented, representing that the app has come 2 times as a prefix. So the prefix count is 2 in the letters, that is app and apple, and but app word is only 1, and this is given by this leaf count, right? So this is the representation. And how apples, let's insert apple also. So let's represent apple. Firstly, the first letter is A, so we get here. Then we increment this prefix count here also. Then we move to the second letter, that is P. So we come here and increment the prefix count, and it becomes 3. Then we again go to P. So and again incrementing this prefix count, and it has become 3. Then we go to L and increment the prefix count to 2. Then we go to again E and increment the prefix count to 2. Now we notice that we have the last letter as S in apples. So since there is nothing here, it is null. So we have to make a new node for it and assign the address to it. So I'm making a new node and assigning this address to the new node, and it is representing this apples. And for this node, the prefix count is incremented and the leaf count is also incremented like this. So now let's insert cat and cats. So the next word is cat, the first letter is C. So in C also null is there, so we make a new node, add the address to it. It will be pointing here. Then this is representing C, and this node also represents the word C, and the prefix count is incremented. Then the next letter is A. So also there is no null was there, so create a new node, add the address to it. This is A, and this whole word is CA. Increment the prefix count. Then look out for T, since it's the next letter. No null was there, so create a new node, add the address to it. Then this represents T, and this word is CAT, represented by this node, and the prefix count is incremented as usual. But note that the leaf count is also incremented here, because CAT is a word, and we have reached to the end of the letter of the word cat. So leaf count is also incremented. So we have inserted cat, and then after inserting cats, let's check out. First letter is C, it is pointing here, it comes to here. Then it look out for A, it points here, so it has come here. Also incrementing, this has become 5. And yeah, so also this is incrementing, and this is incremented, and this is move forward to T, it is also incremented. Then it is looking out for S. S has null, so create a new node and add the address, and this is S, and this represents cats, and the prefix count is incremented as well as the leaf count, representing cats is a word. So what can be observed is C can be found as a prefix in 2 words in the try, that is represented by prefix count is 2, but it is not a word since the leaf count is 0. Similarly for CA, the prefix count is 2 and leaf count is 0, representing CA is a prefix of 2 words, but it is not a word. Then for cats, it is representing that it has come as a prefix in one of the words, and similarly it is a word since the leaf count is 1. So if it were leaf count is 2, uh, let's say leaf count was 2 somewhere, here we have taken unique letters, unique words, right? Let's say cats has occur one more time, then uh, we would be incrementing here every point of time, and the leaf count will become 2, let's say, at the end, right? So in that case, what will happen is that it will be representing that this word has come 2 times in the try. So that is how we are doing to query upon it. Like we can search for a word in order of L time, and also the insertion is order of L time. See, since we are traversing the word only once, and all the where L is the letters, right? So we are traversing all the letters of the word. So time complexity is reduced significantly, and that is why tries are used, right? So for various queries, we can use this prefix count and leaf count and output the result similarly. And now whatever we have discussed so far, we just need to frame up that in the form of code, and that we would be doing in the next lecture. If you have any doubts, please feel free to ask in the comment section below. And if you have found the video informative, please like the video. And for future channel updates, please subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Thanks a lot. Bye.